Hello everybody and welcome back to the chassis variant series of myself, Critical Rocket, and we're kicking off with the Customer Rewards Appreciation Program mechs, acronym crap from PGI this year, although I don't think it's actually been the CRAP for quite a while now. I think it was only the first year. I think they wised up and changed the acronym, but I wish they kept it, to be honest. It was funny. So, the mechs in question certainly aren't crap though. The first one that we have here is the Javelin 11F. Now this was a model of the Javelin that was basically a Jihad era, 3070s design. It was a evolution of one of the Fire Javelin models that was heavily used by Davian during the Fedcom Civil War. As such, they wanted a more anti-infantry version of this rather fast, agile mech, and as such it was equipped with 6 machine guns in what they call machine gun arrays in Battletech, which basically meant, I think I've explained this before, but as a quick one, machine gun arrays on tabletop worked in the way that every machine gun that was linked to that array, I think up to a maximum of 4, you rolled for just that array, and all 4 would hit. Normally, you'd roll for each individual machine gun. Obviously, that's a piece of tech that they never need to add in MechWarrior Online. Every weapon fires at the same time if you wanted to or not, and they all hit the same place, so it's not something you have to worry about. But yeah, so this has 6 machine guns, and it has a single snub-nose PPC as its support. As such, it is an incredibly short-range combat unit, which is great when you get a map like Polar Highlands. For a mech that, yeah, it needs to get up close and personal with its targets to actually do any real damage. So, it's still a fun design, actually. As far as the new mech is concerned, obviously it's playing way into the meta, especially the current meta for light mechs at the time of recording this, which is, you've got your Mistlinks, your Shadowcats, your Piranhas, and Arctic Cheetahs. Anything that can boat a significant number of machine guns are currently the in thing for fast-moving light units like this, and the Javelin is just another addition on top. So, you're only going to run this with the machine guns, whether you do it with light or heavy or standard machine guns, that's going to be the trick, and the PPC is just there as, you know, as far as the tabletop was concerned, that was the best way that you would do damage to enemy mechs, but in this game they've just given you that single energy hardpoint to do with as you please. But yeah, the intent is here. It's so obvious. PGI just want to give something else for the Innisphere players to have that can sort of compete with the Piranha. 6 machine guns isn't anything to sniff at, but then, you know, Piranha still runs around with 12 of the fucking things, and yeah, it's brutal. I've tried it a few times now outside of this recording, and a 6 machine gun mech can tear down an assault in the right circumstances. It's not fair, really. It's really annoying. It's very I don't know, cheap. It just feels cheap to burn down mechs that way, even though that's its weapons. But it's just like they're trying to hit you with paintbrush weapons where they have to hold it on the target, and you're just spraying them constantly. It comes with enough ammunition to last quite a while. I actually recommend getting the ammo skills, obviously, and anything you can do. If you want to reduce jump jets, you can, because you're not going to be jumping so much with this mech. You're mostly going to be utilising its speed. So you could probably either remove the jump jets entirely and get just a crapload more ammunition in there, or you could mess around with the engine. This comes down with an XL. That's one of the caveats there. An XL engine is what powers this. In fact, I think it's what powers all of these new loyalty reward versions. So yeah, you have to take that in mind when you take out something like the Warhammer 7L or the Rifleman 8D. They're all going to be very easy to pop by comparison. Whereas this, the Javelin is fine. Most lights can work pretty well with an XL engine because, you know, they're going to be shooting your legs most of the time anyway. So yeah, I know this one's been a bit dry this round, but the reason I kept this one was because it's a classic example of a team being frozen with fear, essentially. As soon as they come across anyone on their opposing team on Polar that have LRMs, no one moves, everyone stays still. And the best tactic to deal with an LRM team is to push forward, use terrain as best you can and get in close, because as soon as you get within brawling range of those LRM mechs, they're useless. They can't do anything to you. But most people are afraid in MWO to actually take a hit, especially heavies or assaults. They want to sit back and allow other people to like take the hits for them so then they can get the kills, and yeah, it leads into scenarios like this where you just get picked off one by one, which is what my team has been doing the whole match. They've been, oh, there's a target, LRM rains down on that target, then they're paralysed with fear, they don't want to move out, move to the next person, and eventually everyone just gets worn down and they get killed. And yeah, when the brawl starts, a couple of our guys will die because most of them are LRM mechs that don't have great weapons for close-up combat, but at that point, you've already lost most of your team, so it doesn't really matter, does it? You've won regardless. Yeah, it's a tactic that works very well in Polar. LRM teams running around just murderizing people because the opposing teams generally just don't get it in their heads that, you know, move up. Deny them that advantage, and at this point it's just mop up. As far as the mech is concerned, the 11F, it's pretty good. I mean, it'll be available for C-bills some point in the far-flung future, and so yeah, it's probably worth it. Pick it up. It's a good addition to the Javelin lineup, which is already pretty good. And yeah, if you did get it as a freebie, what kind of builds have you come up with? Did you use those ballistics in a different way, or did you just slightly tweak the build? Let us know below. It'll be interesting to see what everyone's come up with there as different build ideas. And that's the end of that round. So thank you everyone for joining me this week. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.